Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kimothy, and on this channel we speak everything personal finance. Today we're going to be reacting to a video titled I'm 58 with nothing in retirement. Now this is one of the scariest things that could possibly happen to me. Me personally, I would be super scared if I was 58 with nothing saved in retirement, because this pretty much means I'm going to be working the rest of my life, because where am I going to get the money to actually save and invest for my future? We're going to see how this video goes. I mean, a lot of this stuff is hopefully avoided if you're watching this YouTube channel. Hopefully you got some great financial tips and tricks from this YouTube channel so that you don't end up 58 and not be able to retire. So let's check the video out.
So I'm a 58-year-old single guy, getting tired of working. I'm trying to get to retirement, but I don't have really anything saved. I need to know what I should do to get there.
What do you make?
75.
What do you do?
I'm a trim carpenter. I trim high-end houses and build some custom cabinets as well.
Okay.
Do you have any debt?
I've got about $25,000 worth of a mortgage and $20,000 auto loan.
Okay.
Wow, that's not bad. He has $25,000 left on his mortgage. I mean, ideally, you want to have your mortgage paid off by the time you get into retirement. That's one less expense you have to deal with. When your mortgage is paid off, I mean, what else do you have to take care of? What other needs are there? You have, of course, you have to pay your property taxes, but you have to take care of transportation and groceries, and that's it. Those are your needs you have to take care of, but your housing expense has tremendously lowered because you paid off this housing. So hopefully, if you're watching this, you're able to pay off this mortgage in a good amount of time. So, that's one thing. When you're about to retire, you want to have that mortgage paid off. You can have lower expenses in your retirement, so you don't have to worry about making that much money. And he has a car loan. I mean, at 58, he's living life because he's not really preparing for retirement.
Good. Okay. All right. Why have you saved no money?
I was married to a spender, and at the age of 50, got divorced, and I walked away with $0.
That was 8 years ago.
So
Why have you saved no money in the last 8 years?
I'm not gonna lie, I've heard people actually get ruined, get wrecked from divorces. Sometimes you have a whole bunch of money invested or a whole bunch of money in your 401k, and then you have to split it with your spouse, or your spouse takes the house, your spouse takes all this money. I hear a lot of people get destroyed when it comes to divorces. So maybe this guy's situation, like Dave Ramsey said, that was 8 years ago. Why have you not saved or invested anything since then? Of course, 8 years, it takes a long time to actually start investing. And I wonder what he was actually, investing in or saving for back when he was married, or if he was actually saving for when he was married, or is he making the divorce an excuse? I don't know.
Well, getting back on my feet, I ended up buying a house. That's where the mortgage comes in. I got $25,000 left on that.
So is that where your extra money was going, paying down that mortgage? What did it start as?
Paying down the mortgage, and it was a bank-owned property. I got it for a song in a great neighborhood. I put a fair amount of money into it. That's where most of my money went.
So, and you bought a truck?
No, I have I have a truck that's paid for.
Oh, what's the $20,000 vehicle?
I know you're into cars, Dave. It's not a car. It's a motorcycle. It's a Harley Davidson.
Dang, $25,000 motorcycle. And Dave Ramsey, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like anything that has to do with that. He doesn't even really like mortgages, I feel like. But $25,000 Harley Davidson. And this guy's also 58, so he's in a different age group than us. He's in a different, I would say a 28 or 30-year-old definitely, or even a 25-year-old, someone super young, definitely doesn't need a $25,000 or a $20,000 Harley Davidson. I mean, this guy, he's just living life. And going into car debt, not going to help your situation of being able to retire. I mean, you're calling on this show saying that you have nothing for retirement, but you go out and buy a $25,000 Harley Davidson, or however much that car costs. You come on this show, call Dave Ramsey, say, I have nothing for retirement, but then you say you have a $20,000 Harley Davidson. How much does retirement really matter to you?
Davidson.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we got to get rid of that.
I knew that was the first thing you were going to tell me to get rid of.
Yeah, it's gone.
So
if you want to save money, I mean, we can't keep doing what we've been doing.
Right.
Okay, you have a $20,000. You almost owe as much on your motorcycle as you do on your house. That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, really. So you did so good on the house and so poorly on the motorcycle. So that was a weak moment. I'm sure it's a great bike. I'm sure it's a great bike, but
it
it's
is.
gone. It's gone. It's somebody else's great bike now, and
Okay.
because we need you to. And then what I would say is let's get on an every dollar budget and build an emergency fund first of 3 to 6 months of expenses, and then pick up
All right, now
every
let's back
extra
up.
job you can get. And let's pretend that you saved $10,000. Let's pretend you saved $24,000, $2,000 a month, 24,000 per year for 10 years. That'd be 240,000 plus growth. It'd be $500,000.
Okay.
Okay,
All
and
right,
you're 67, and you'd have $500,000 in a paid-for house.
Okay. I do have about $23,000 in cash.
Okay, well then you got your
So
emergency fund
I
in
do have
place.
that.
That's great.
I do have the emergency fund.
Yeah.
Right. I've got a term life insurance policy.
Mm-hmm.
It's $100 a month
Mm-hmm.
for $500,000. Should I keep that, or is there a way to convert that to something else?
I didn't convert. It's just like I have homeowners insurance, and I don't have a home anymore. Do I need it? No, you don't, because there's no one counting on you. It sounds like for your income.
So to be honest, this guy is going to have to work his butt off to actually be able to save money for retirement. Now, this is why I talk about why it's so important to invest while you're young. Invest as soon as you're able to. Invest as soon as you start making money. Start putting money into your Roth. Start putting money into your 401k. Start putting money into your brokerage account. So you don't end up like this guy, 58, with nothing left for retirement. I mean, if you got a divorce, you're supposed to at least get something back from the divorce. I mean, she couldn't take everything. So were you even saving for retirement in the first place? Saving for retirement is super important so you don't end up like this guy. So you're not regretting from not saving when you were younger. So you're able to retire. You're able to live your life in your older years, because work gets harder when you get older. Your bones start hurting, your feet start hurting. You're not going to work until you die. I mean, I personally don't want to work until I die. Some people do. Dave Ramsey still works. I'm sure he's definitely going a little bit lighter in the work. Save as early as you can for retirement. This should be a scary thing for you guys, especially if you have not started saving for retirement, because this could be your future.
No.
Okay, and the
No, I
house
got
is
three
worth
grandkids
more
and-
than you owe on it. Do you have children?
I've got 3.
Okay, so if you
grown
die,
and-
they sell the house and pay the funeral, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Let it lapse.
Yeah, so I would close that out because you need that extra $100 a month toward our $2,000 a month goal.
Mm-hmm.
He needs as much money as he can to get towards retirement, because he's starting super late. I mean, 58, the retirement age is like what, 62 or 65? He's only a few years from that. And he has nothing saved for retirement. So he needs to get rid of everything, his car, his life insurance policy, and put as much money as he can towards investing into his Roth or his 401k, whatever he has, and put money into the S&P 500. Put money into stocks that are super reliable and will give him a solid return. He has to be aggressive, because he's basically starting like he had nothing, basically starting like it was years ago when he was younger, when he should have invested. So now he can start investing in his older years. So he needs to cut everything. If you haven't started investing, if you have nothing left in your budget, you need to find some money. Go work extra hours. Go pick up another job. Cut some expenses and start investing as soon as you can.
So
Okay.
what I'm
Yeah.
going to do is sit down and do a budget, and I'm going to come up with $2,000 a month. I'm going to sit down with a SmartVestor Pro, and I'm going to fill up Roth IRAs and simple IRAs and whatever else you can do as a self-employed person. The great news is, as a trim carpenter in high-end properties, you are in great demand. You've always had more work than you could take on.
Right.
And so if you want to jack it up and make some extra money for a little while, you can do that. I'm always less tired when I don't feel like a hamster in a wheel, when I'm actually getting traction.
Right.
Part of
Oh,
what's
I can
making
tell
you
you-
tired is you feel stuck.
I don't know if I necessarily feel stuck. I know what stuck feels like, because once I got out of my divorce and got rid of the spender and started actually saving, or being able to have money and didn't have to live paycheck to paycheck and play the beat the bank game, I sat down one day and thought, wow, this feels really good.
Yeah, I'm tired of working is what you told me. And so if my work is going toward a goal that I'm excited about, I'm not as tired. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. Well, my goal is to get as much money, save as much money as I can for retirement. And
Why aren't you doing it?
retirement for me is probably working 3 and 4 days a week instead of, 5, 6, and 7 days.
That's true, but there always comes a time where you won't be working anymore. And so making sure you get to the point that you're okay when that phase of life hits is also very important.
See, if you had a $500,000 in the bank at 67, or in a mutual fund at 67, and a paid-for house, that $500,000 will throw you $50,000 a year.
Right. Okay.
Without forever. And so you can travel, you could do whatever you want to do with $50,000 a year. You work 1 day a week, you can do whatever. What I do know, having grown up and been in the building business, real estate business my whole life, is trim carpenters are artists. They're the artist on the site. They're very precise, very detailed. He makes furniture. You've got an artist's eye. And I need you to use your business side, the science, not the art side of this discussion that we're having, okay? You can't art your way out of this one. You got to science your way out of this one. And so it's a math thing, and then it will build you a situation where you have enough of a nest egg that it...
All right, so that's enough of that video. Basically, invest as soon as you can. Invest as early as possible. And don't blame other people for your lack of investing. Don't blame other people for your lack of saving. Pick the right partner. Be sure that you're with the right partner. Be sure you're with someone that values the things that you value and someone that's going to help build you up and not break you down. So if you take anything from the video, and I say this a lot, invest as soon as you can and invest as much as you can. Set an amount every month of how much you're able to invest, whether that's $100, $200, $300. You know, if this guy started investing when he was younger, you know, $100 from 20 years old to 58. Who knows how much money you have? Let's figure it out. How much money would he have? That's 38 years of investing. So if he invested $0, start with $0, he invests $100 a month for 38 years at an 8% return, he'll have $300,000 in his investment account. Bump that up $200, $590,000 in his investment account. $886,000 in his investment account. And by just investing $400 a month for 38 years, he'd have $1 million in his investment account by just investing $400. Maybe not getting that super high car payment, maybe not getting a car payment at all, maybe just cutting back on a few things, or just having extra money that could be thrown into investments. If he would have invested $400 a month, he would have about $1 million into his investment account. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you investing into your future? And are you in a situation like this guy, 58 with nothing left for retirement? This is one of the scariest things that anyone in personal finance can ever come across, not having anything saved for retirement. Every day, I'm ensuring that I have something saved for retirement by focusing on my retirement while I'm young. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.